Hey, 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 it's Pizza Dude, man.
And his wife.
Yep, Rosie's here, as always.
As always.
As always now.
As always now.
Now is always the case.
Now's the always.
Now's the time that we need to share. I have a lot more voice today, which is nice.
Yeah, you didn't yell at kids as much.
No, I did a good job. Actually, tomorrow there is an assembly for the kids, and I will be singing at the assembly.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Is your voice good enough for that?
I sure hope so. I'm a music teacher, after all.
Oh, true that.
I will be singing, What Does the Fox Say?
Why?
Originally, the principal was going to be singing it, but then I walked in on him practicing, and he's like, Isaac, can you sing this for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
He's probably like super self-conscious or something.
Well, he's actually really bad.
Oh,
the office assistant was so happy when she found out that I was going to be singing it instead of him. Which actually, I don't know. I didn't hear him myself. That's just what I was told. So
so maybe he could be like actually really good at singing
and they were just all the office staff was just lying to me.
Yes.
All right. You're a little far from the mic. Could you speak up?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to relax. If
I know you
sit
are.
One way for like too long, my back freaks out on me.
All right.
I am a 21-year-old with back problems.
You are.
Just stupid.
But I am a 25-year-old, well, almost, with leg problems.
But you've always had leg problems.
Yes,
You were
but it
born
doesn't
with
make it any less true.
True. No, my back problems are just because, like, I'm out of shape and I have a sitting type job, so.
And my legs are sideways on my body.
See, I used to never have, like, health problems, like, consistent health problems when I was younger, and then, like, I became an adult and didn't exercise as much, and then I started having consistent problems.
Level 47 is when he's learning Leer, the basic, like, defense debuff move. Why are you learning Leer at 47?
Because bad programming.
I mean, seriously, I mean, people always say that Flareon's the worst EV evolution because of his bad move pool. I'm getting that now. Why are you learning Leer at 47?
I'm just that pathetic. They didn't know what to do with me because all the other evolutions were just too cool. So I just get all the leftovers.
I would really like to get everyone up to 50 before taking on Greevil, but we'll see if that actually happens. Our inner focus and rock head will shatter any Pokemon. I forgot these guys. I think these are called Chasers. Yeah, Chaser Kooxor.
Why? They look weird.
Chasers? Yeah. You got like purple tracksuits and blue gloves.
Yeah.
It's a Grovyle, the pre-evolution of my favorite Pokemon.
Grovyle.
Grovyle! That's its voice in the anime. It's like Grovyle. Grovyle. Something like that.
I think Grovyle actually has a better design than like
Sceptile. A lot of people agree. I don't, but a lot of people agree. Honestly, I don't like the vine on Grovile's head. I think it looks stupid.
Oh, I think it works with, like, the shapes of its body.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain it and not sound like some weird art major, so.
But you are a weird art major.
I am. You know, it's really hard to, like, explain to people who aren't artistic or who aren't, like, who haven't gotten education in the arts and in design, because, like, explain to them when you're working with them on, like, ads and stuff, because they just don't get it, and you feel like you have to actually, like, educate them on, like, things that seem obvious to you, but really aren't obvious to the rest of everyone.
Honestly, I think that's how every job works,
yeah.
Or everything. Like, I don't know, it's like, it always feels weird to me when I have to explain musical concepts to the people that seem just so basic to me. And I'm just like, oh yeah, they didn't study this. I did.
But you can't be like a jerk about it either.
No, of course not. And there's plenty of things that they know about I have no clue on.
See, like, sometimes I find it hard, like, not to feel annoyed with it. But then, like, you know, I sit back and I'm like, okay, I'll just explain it in a way that most people can understand, and then if they don't get it afterwards, then I'm gonna be pissed at them. Because, like, there's usually like two situations, like at least at my job when it comes to, because like we don't deal with customers directly as artists.
Did you say customers?
Customers. We don't.
The customer.
Okay, so like as artists, we don't directly work with the customers. We have a sales representative between us, but the sales representatives aren't really that educated in design or what works well with design and what gets things to sell in terms of like visual stuff. I mean, that's not their specialty. They just know how to sell things by telling people to sell things. You know, it's just they know how to butter people up.
Right.
You know, that's their skill set.
That's their skill set.
So really a lot of the times we have to explain, like, this is good design, this is why it works as good design, and this is how we're going to get your ad to sell. But, you know, it gets frustrating having to explain that every single time. But, you know, when you explain it once, and like, or something, like, you can tell who actually pays attention to you and actually wants to help you out and help the customer out. And
who's just kind of like,
And who doesn't, yeah, who's just there to be there and doesn't give a fuck. And those are the people that really frustrate me, because you try really, really hard to explain why we do the things we do the way we do them, and why this works, and why it helps us out if you do things a certain way.
Right, and that sucks because, once again, I know I myself have been on both ends of the spectrum. When someone's explaining something to me, it's like, either it's like, oh wow, that's really interesting, now I know how that works and why and how to make this good, or I'm like, I just want to do my job. Just tell me what I need to do and I'll do it so I can do my job.
Exactly. But
it's hard.
But the thing is like, once you know how to do your job, it's a lot easier just to do it that way instead of being like, well, I'm just still going to do it my own way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That being stubborn, that's not cool.
People, like, it's just not fair. It doesn't make anything easier. It's going to make everyone's job difficult. We have like one person that's that way. Like, we keep telling them over and over and over and over again, this is how you give us our information we need to build these ads.
This is how you do it. We have it structured
this way so we can visually, like, know what to put where, have sort of an idea to work on, and we're not wasting our time thinking about what the fuck we're doing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, I don't know about my other coworkers as artists, but as an artist myself, I think it's a waste of time to be thinking too much on things that I don't need to think about, because most of that time I'm wasting thinking about how I'm going to do something, I could just pump something out real fast.
Exactly.
And have it look
exactly.
good. You know, when I know where I'm going and what I'm doing and what direction it's taking, it's super fast for me. But if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, all of that creative energy is being put into thinking about it, and it takes fucking forever. And that doesn't help anybody, especially when you got, like, a high deadline type job.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, you have to create an ad in a week to 2 days. Which, for most graphic designers, like freelancers and stuff, they get a lot more time to work with than that.
Is that right? That makes sense.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, okay, so you're an independent graphic designer, you're gonna go make a logo or something for someone. You probably have way more time working with an individual person because they're going to be willing to work with you. You can figure something out that works between the both of you. You kind of figure that out. You don't have like a publication that's like needs to be done right away. You can work with that. You can make it so that it could take as long as you want. Right. Honestly, depending on how good you butter up the customer.
Right. Like usually when I have you do artwork for me, for my channel stuff, I usually give you like 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, and that's a reasonable amount of time for me because I know my limitations, you know my limitations, and all that kind of stuff. And then that's just kind of how like a freelancing job would work out, or at least in my experience with it. But with this job, it's like you have to pump out a paper every single day, and that has to have ads in it, and you have to design those ads and make sure all the graphic elements that you want in that paper is done. And so turnaround times are a little bit faster.
So one thing I just realized, the one redundant Pokemon thing in this game I can think of is you get a Shadow Electabuzz, but you also have access to an Elekid that's way better. You know, that one that had the Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Cross Chop?
Oh, yeah.
So why the Electabuzz, then?
I don't know. Because...
I mean, I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could keep the Togepi instead.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have that Elekid, though.
care either way.
Oh.
I just like those Pokemon equally.
Okay. I myself, I've never been a fan of the mere concept of baby Pokemon.
The mere concept of baby Pokemon.
Well, yeah, it's like you got your first gen Pokemon, and then in second gen, they introduce like a swath of Pokemon that are weaker versions of already existing Pokemon. It's like, hey, did you want a weaker version of Clefairy, Jigglypuff, and Pikachu? Here you go!
Do you think those weaker versions could have just been like some... Like, do they have any benefit game mechanic-wise?
No.
Then it could be just, you know, a marketing ploy.
Pretty much.
Babies
cute baby. That's
cute
it. That's
sell.
it. That is it. It's like, hey, cute baby. Which I guess that works better now in newer Pokemon games where, like, you know, you can actually like pet and play with the Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah.
But back then, you know, it was just like
kind of dumb.
It was like, well, all you really do with Pokemon is battle. So why would I want this? Besides, are you telling me like Pikachu's not cute enough? You need a baby Pikachu?
Yep. Hey, think about it. It gave someone a job.
Because the same art director who has done the art designs for all the Pokemon, Ken Sugimori, I think.
Maybe he just wanted to make baby Pokemon.
I just want babies!
Babies!
Yeah, I'm actually not sure about my information there. I'm pretty sure Ken Sugimori is the lead art director of Pokemon stuff.
You think they'd have more people designing Pokemon?
I'm pretty
right?
sure that's the case. I think he's just the head guy. If I have my information correct, I could be totally off base and just bullshitting around.
Because, I mean, art directors really don't do a shit ton. They just kind of, like, sit there and are like, hey, you guys do this thing. I'll watch you and make sure you don't fuck up.
Look, it's Sailor Nook!
Sailor Nook? Oh my god, someone needs to put him in a Sailor Moon outfit. Right now.
What?
Big
Sailor
buff man
Sailor
Moon.
Sailor Moon. Sailor Venus. Sailor Nook!
Oh, that's a show I could never get into.
Me either.
I remember, like, in our hometown's, like, anime club, we tried watching some of it, and I'm like,
really?
this is, like, the old stuff. Like,
old
the
Sailor
real
Moon.
stuff.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
Oh, why do you guys like this shit?
I could never get into it when I was a kid, but I mean, I was a kid at the time.
Yeah.
Of course I'm not going to get into it.
And I've never been into girly stuff when I was a kid. I was like, this is stupid.
Right. It's like, I don't know. As a young boy, I was not that interested in Sailor Moon. If you were, cool. I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean...
But, like, I watched the first episode in its entirety years later, back when I was doing my 15-second anime videos. I used to do these little anime parody videos where I take episodes of anime and, like, shorten them down to, like, 10 to 15 seconds. And I did one for Sailor Moon off request, and I'm just like, there's so much weird shit in here. Like, why does her best friend have a random New York accent? Oh, Selena, you're so funny.
Well, I mean, it's old American dubs. So
it sure is.
It's gonna be weird as fuck.
It's sure. Joey Wheeler.
Yeah, it's like people trying to figure out how the fuck are we gonna dub this shit.
Joey Wheeler was always my dad's favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character simply because of the New York accent. He's like, yeah, Joey Wheeler. The New York accent. Meowth in the American anime has a New York. It's like, hey, who's you guys doing?
They're like bad New York accents.
Oh,
really
they're
bad
awful.
Stereotypes.
They're hilarious. I love them.
Well, you know, I'm so glad that voice acting, at least with anime, has gone so far in the like past decade.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better than it used to be. It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, that's true.
As a person who watches primarily dubbed anime, it's gotten a shit ton better.
Yeah. I'm pretty blended. Like, if I know something has a good dub, I'll watch the dub. Otherwise, I'll watch the subs. It's like, well, I know this is the original source stuff, so it's probably going to be as good as you would expect.
Yeah.
But there are some things where, like, the dub is good, and in some cases, you know, just because the interpretation's so good, I find it more enjoyable. You know, like Baccano.
Yeah, Baccano's fucking amazing. Like, if you ever get the chance, watch that as a dub, because they do a really good job.
Yeah, but only if, I mean, it's gory.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not an emphasis.
I forgot.
It's not an emphasis on gore. Like things like Berserk or oh, what's the one with Lucy?
Oh, Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied. It's not. There's no emphasis on gore, but it is a bloody anime.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it has gore, but it doesn't exploit it as much.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There's a difference between, like, you know, explicit, like gore,
like gore for the sake of the
gore, versus, you know,
gore for the sake of the story. It actually makes sense in context for the gore to be there.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, Baccano, if you don't mind violence, you know, it's a lot of fun.
It's really cool.
It's a lot
It's
of
very
fun.
thinky, though. I think I had to watch the anime 3 times before I caught everything. And even then, if I go back and watch it again, I will find something that I missed.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those kind of... Well, I mean, everything kind of is, like, so...
Well, because the story's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like...
But it's all over the place in a good way.
But then, by the end of it, it all comes together. And you're like, oh, that's what it was. So when you go watch it later, you're like, oh, this makes so much... The first episode was so confusing to me. And then when I watched it my second time, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, for anybody who knows us in real life, watching this, that's a great Christmas gift.
Was Baccano said that you want Baccano stuff?
I want Baccano stuff.
Okay.
Especially if there's like Claire Stanfield stuff.
You know, I once arranged the opening theme from Baccano for my college jazz band, and we performed it in class once. We never like performed it for an audience, but we performed it in class once. It was fun.
I should cosplay as Claire.
That's as much as I did with music arranging in college, I believe, because I never took any music arranging courses. I mean, my major was in music education, so I didn't really take that many music arranging courses, or actually any. I didn't take any music arranging courses. But I did do music arranging as my final project in high school, and I have the video of the end result of that up on the YouTube channel, which
that was cool.
Some of you know and have seen. But what it is it's a medley of Phoenix Wright music. It's just from what there was when I was in high school, which was the original trilogy plus Apollo Justice. So I took a song from each of those and arranged it into a big Phoenix Wright medley that my high school band performed. And I have a video of that up on YouTube. It's called Objection if you search through my videos. It's not in any of the LP playlists, of course. It's just kind of randomly floating there. But it's there.
I still think it's weird that you and I never really, like, became friends in high school.
Yeah, we never even met in high school, Rose.
Like,
we didn't meet until I was after in college, even though we went to the same high school and had all the same friends.
It's just so fucking weird how that happens.
It's very weird. That's just how things worked out for us.
Yeah.
And probably for the best, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I mean, if we had met any time before, I would have been dating somebody else, and you also probably would have been too young for me.
Oh, much too young. That would have been, like, you know, at the point where, like, our age difference would have been kind of weird.
Yeah.
Socially.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, I think we met when we did for, fate reasons. Fate reasons. At least that's what I'll choose to believe.
You know, you can believe what you want to believe.
Yeah. I want to wrap this episode up, but I kind of want to beat this person first because they're the area boss leader, so I guess I will. I mean, assuming I can beat them quickly. I don't know that I can. Oh, Toaster snapped out of confusion. Good. I didn't even know he was confused. That's one of the nice things about Mount Battle, actually, is we can just kind of talk about whatever and not worry because there's no plot stuff.
So what if life is just a giant, like, game simulator?
That's quite, I mean,
like,
who knows?
Okay, so, like, we don't know the truth because we're just a program, and, like, when we die, we just become someone else, and we remember exactly, like, where we were and who we were in life, and we're like, oh yeah, just gotta get back to the game now, and it just suddenly we're back into our lives.
And yeah, we forget the other real life. I mean, there's always those things. I mean, if you want to go full on, like, philosophy of skepticism, I could think that all this is my imagination. As far as I know, as a person, I am the only real thing. I don't know that any of the rest of you think or have feelings. Maybe I just believe that you do. I'm the only one who knows for sure that I am real.
Yeah.
If you really want to get that deep.
And then, like, you know, the idea of like, well, maybe other people are that self-aware or like think
right,
that,
or maybe
then
not.
Maybe it's just my own brain making that up to kind of cover up the fact.
I got 1,000
like
Poke coupons.
Make it seem more real. Oh, I love philosophy.
We'll see you guys in the next episode for more Mount Battle. Bye.
Bye.